Welcome back to Troggy Trog's Let's Play Dungeons & Dragons Online. We're continuing on with our Tangleroot Gorge series. The chain is now at level 6 quest. We're going to do the Doom of the Witch Doctor, Zulkash, Herald of Woe, and or the Way of Zulkash, and then Herald of Woe, I think is how it goes. So we'll go ahead and start that up and get going. The Way of Zulkash. Again, we have to start back here. As always, we'll go ahead and get Nimenth, our elven favorite soul, with us, and get going. Hey, good to see you, Nimenth. Come help me kill stuff. Let's put her in attack mode. Let's have her go crush, kill, destroy mode. I'm gonna actually turn this way just because I got many shot running. I get a few shots off. Hopefully before it runs out. And then we'll go back and deal with the critters. I think we can just finish up this whole chain while we're at level 8. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous to keep going and back and forth and then wait for it and just get it done and out of the way. There's 10 quests, I think, total in this chain, which is, I think, I mean, I don't mind the quest number. I mean, that's cool. They have that many quests in the chains. That's good stuff. But it's just that it's all the same thing. It's like, here we are going in here, and then Ungurz. Oh, by the way, go in there and get these plans, these papers, and then you get back out there, and Ungurz just, oh, go get that key and do this, that, and the other. Okay, now kill these other guys and do this thing, do that thing. It's just like, okay, Ungurz, like, you just stay out there and just like twiddle your thumbs while I do all the work. You know, it's really just kind of a weird design of a quest. I mean, I like module quests. You know, I like campaign feeling. Like there's a lot more to this, but there's really not that much to it. It's like they could have had 4 parts of this. I think they really should probably revamp this. Keep the voice actor though, if you ever do that DDO, Turbine, whatever. Keep the old voice actor and the old music. Just figure out a way to like patch it together into like maybe 4 or 5 quests instead of 10 quests. I think that'd be a good idea. And just all they have to do is like they can keep the favor the same number and all. Just make it where there's 5 quests instead of 10. Or if you're gonna make 10 quests, let me at least skip all this nonsense. They can keep the exact same quests, just change the objectives and starting points and ending points a little bit better, so it makes more sense. But I think if they shorten it down to like 5 quests, that would make a lot more sense for the chain. We could put Ungurz inside this darn place instead of like outside too. You could be like an NPC that helps you fight, so it makes sense, or at least sends you with a couple of his hobgoblin escorts, so you're not like doing all these missions by yourself. And it just seems kind of ridiculous to do all these missions by yourself when he has a vested interest in this as an NPC. It's like, come on, dude. Can't be that. I mean, he's a chieftain, he can't be that wimpy. Like, get in here and help out. I don't know. There are some good items in this quest chain, and there's some that are kind of meager, kind of not so good. It's like, it depends, like, what level you are. I mean, if you're it can be good at, like, if you're a low level character, like a level 2 or 3 character, but at our level, and then as quickly as we are leveling, I think it's going to be a good idea to get, whatever item can do us the most good, which I think there are these goggles with like a death ward clicky to cast death ward on you. They're probably the best item that drops in this chain. Especially if you don't have the ability to cast Death Ward or have any Death Ward scrolls or potions or anything like that. basically what Death Ward does is it prevents you from being, you know, like level drain and things like that. So it's similar to Death Block a little bit, but it has the added effect where you don't get level drained. But it can be debuffed, so it's kind of, you know, Death Block, at least you can wear it. What would be cool is if you could actually wear an item that gives you Death Ward as a wearable item. That would be a nice item. Don't know if there's anything like that, but where it gives you the buff as, like, you know, permanently, like, as long as you're wearing it. That would be pretty overpowered though. Syllable, Nimith, syllable. Oh, maybe I can get them before she does. Let's see. Any shot, actually. She's on attack mode, but she's just not doing it. But what she is doing is she's going to open that door for me. I'm gonna try to zip through this as quickly, but I don't want to miss out on these, you know, these chests. You know, it's good loot. You know, not the greatest loot, but it's good loot. You know, loot is loot. And it's always a chance. There's always a chance something nice will land in that loot table too. So it's worth it. You know, it's worth it checking it out. I've gotten some nice items like collectible bags, collapsed portal holes, tomes, just from clicking stuff that people wouldn't, you know, like, oh, it's just a chest, and like, you know, hurry up and get here, you know, we're about to fight the boss if you want credit for this, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'd go along and pick up those chests, and I'd be getting some nice items, and it's like, yeah, you go ahead and kill that boss, I'll also get credit for the quest. I'm like, get my loot, man. Loot is loot. If you join a pug group, it's kind of like sometimes the dialogue that happens is like, yeah, they're like, hurry up, you know, the quest is just about to end. You know, you join a pug group late. And you'd be amazed how many, you know, things people don't even pick up, like breakables, chests they don't open. They're like, why are you running this? And they're like, oh, it's good XP. I'm like, yeah, but there's loot in this quest, and every one of those chests has a chance to drop, you know, rare things like a tome or, you know, something that's incredibly valuable. I just don't. I mean, I don't understand. It's not that much time, you know, to out of your way to go get that stuff, you know. But you know, teach their own, I guess. It's not my style. Just like I like dungeon crawling and you know, take my time and enjoying, you know, smelling flowers, doing all the optionals. There's some people that hate that stuff, and those are the kind of people that I probably will never pencil and paper play Dungeons and Dragons with pencil and paper with, because I've done that before. People played Dungeons and Dragons with them. I remember one guy, gosh, he was playing a cleric, and he wanted to be a rogue. You know, he played the cleric like the rogue, and it ticked me off because I had the rogue and I was trying to do the roguey stuff, and he would hang behind me like this Nimith here, like he'd be right on my heels, and I'd be, you know, going in, sneaking around. He's in this heavy, you know, chainmail or plate mail armor, whatever he was wearing at the time. And I'm going, really, dude? You're giving me away. You're ruining you're cramping my style. And I'm trying to be stealthy and, you know, sneak past these guards and like go steal an item we need it for a quest giver. That's just 120 damage. Wow, 120 light damage with that. Woo. Go, Nimith. But anyway, it's like, you know, everyone, you play your role, but he was playing the game to like as a min-maxer, and this is a pencil and paper game. He was playing like an MMO. He was playing like it was this game. I try to play this game as much as I can as a pencil and paper guy. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna get too hardcore with it, but I'm gonna take my time and enjoy it, and I want to have the flavor of it all. You know? There are some people that just don't get that. And I don't know if it's a generational gap. I don't think it's generational, although it may, like, you know, be somewhat, you know, a generational gap. But I don't think he got it. I just don't think he understood like the concept of the just enjoying them, you know, living in the moment and enjoying that fun of just, you know, savoring that, you know, that whole pencil and paper experience. I think it was like, you know, he just wanted to. He would like loot everything, you know, like tapestries, rotten bags that weren't and things that were. It's like, okay, I understand that. And he, you know, this guy, I don't think he's ever played MMO DDO. I think he was playing like WoW or something. But he brought that like kind of like WoW mentality into the game.
Not all of Whisperdoom's offspring
like,
are destroyed after all. Zulkash must have been breeding these freaks with his magic. Destroy them!
Freaks. I'm trying to hit this guy. Alright, mini shot time. I'm trying to hit it and it's just missing. Because of the angle of the ground or something. One of those things hatched, I think. There it is. Anyway. I mean, like, you know, I don't mind it if people want to make a kind of a min-max character, like if they want to make a super strong, you know, high con, high strength fighter, if they get the dice rolls for that, or if it's a point buy system or whatever, I can understand that. But it's just kind of like, you know, you don't have to always do that. Here I am playing a high intelligence ranger. Like, he's got a couple levels of rogue, and I'm very roguey. But he's a ranger. I mean, he's 6 levels of ranger, 2 levels of rogue, and it's max. His main stat is intelligence. He has like no points spent. He has like a negative, basically, strength. You know, like an 8 strength. It's a -1 modifier, and he's got an 8 charisma, which is an important stat for him. I didn't make him a min-max character, except for maybe the intelligence side, which is a really odd thing for a ranger to do. But I think it'll play well with the hit bonus and the damage with this, and it'll give me skill points to spend so I can kind of survive. I think it was like a smart build. It wasn't like a min-max build. It was like, I mean, you know, playing something that very few people have probably played before. You know, and sure, there are a lot of ranger rogues out there, but how many of them are intelligence based? You know, straight up all intelligence. You know, so. But this game, you know, doesn't have random generation, so that's whatever. You know, it's kind of hard to do that. It's hard to be fair doing that in a pencil and paper game. I mean, sorry, in a video game. In a pencil and paper game, it's fair, I think. But in a because everyone has the same random chance. So, you know, if somebody gets better rolls, it's just random, and it's just how it is. But in a video game, in an MMO, especially when you're playing against other players, PvP type MMO or PvE game, people would just basically, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna roll their character up. They don't like the stats. They're gonna delete the character and roll it up again. And they're just gonna keep doing that until they do it right. So to stop them from wasting time, you know, that's why you have a point buy system. You know, so they don't waste their time. It makes sense to do it that way. I mean, you know, in a video game form, point buy, but point buy and pencil and paper, I'm not so sure about. Like, it can work in some games, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a big fan of it overall because you tend to build something that is you kind of min-max it, you know, unless you're there's no randomness to it. Like in real life, you're born, you know, and you may have disadvantages and advantages, but you don't get to choose. So why would your character get that? You know, it's kind of like, it's a philosophy thing, a game, you know. Some guys like point buy, some guys don't. But, you know, like I'm born, you know, I wear glasses or whatever, or I got, you know, somebody has a disease, or maybe you're born with like Down syndrome or something. Like, you know, you're born that way. You know, you don't get to choose. It's random. You know, you're just born into this like body, into this life, and it's like this is who you are, and deal with it. You know. So same with your characters in a role-playing game. I think it's kind of weird to, you know, if it's like point buy to me is like something that a dungeon master should be doing, maybe, for building a monster or an NPC or something that he wants to be a villain and have certain abilities, and, you know, make it so it's designed to, like, you know, be like the true antagonist of the player characters or something. I can understand maybe that side of it because it's more of a building process than a generation process. It's not really building, you know. It's it's not really generating. You're building with point buy. You're making something, and you have the ingredients, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make this guy super strong, and I'm gonna give them super high con, and then they give them, you know, this, that, and the other. And it's, I mean, you can see how I'm playing this character. It's like, dude, I build him with like an idea in mind of what I was going to do. I'm not knocking video game version of it. Like for video games, it's fine. But when you're pencil and papering with other guys, I don't know. It just seems kind of. It's like if you want to play a dwarf, you know, everyone knows you're, you know, a dwarf fighter or dwarf barbarian or whatever. It's like, okay, it's gonna be high strength, high con. Everybody knows that. It's like, you know, it's like that's what everyone always does. You know, or if they play a rogue, it's always like high dex, a little bit of charisma, you know, maybe a little bit of wisdom or intelligence or whatever. But yeah, you know, they try to be like the jack of all trades. But it's kind of predictable, like in a point buy system. Now, in a video game, when a zillion people are playing it, 100,000 people are playing it or whatever, eventually, you know, somebody's going to break the mold, do something a little different. I'm trying to remember what to click here. But in a game like this too, it's designed so that you have to hit certain DCs, where like old school pencil and paper games didn't have that. You didn't have these difficulty checks. I mean, you certainly had thresholds like hitting armor classes and stuff, but it's just a different philosophy, I guess. You know, and I'm not completely against point buy. It's just not. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, I guess. Could depend on the game though too. But like, I grew up playing random gen stuff. You know, like everything was random, and we did really well with it. I mean, we knew how to deal with that and make it work right and enjoy it and get the most out of it, and it worked, you know. And we didn't play point buy systems like that, just didn't happen. So optional slay 9. Where's the other? Let's see, did I miss him? Or did I miss what that was? Let's do a quick run around. Wish it said in the freaking report what it was that we needed to slay, so I know what to look for. I guess it's spiders, huh? Is that it there? I saw something I thought that for a second on my orb. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably when I open the door. There's probably one after you open the door. I seem to remember that. But that's annoying because a lot of the quests are saying that, like, slay 9.
The lock on the door is broken. You no longer need the key to pass through.
Let's park or push on to my quest. Should be stupid. I can hear it.
Your party has reached the inner stronghold.
See, that's not fair. Like,
Use
it's
the
right there.
entrance ahead to continue deeper.
It's an optional, so it's not that important. But it's
Whisper
like
Doom's offspring.
I wanted to get it
destroyed at
beforehand. I'm
last.
shooting down there and trying to get it, and it's probably the one I needed to get the conquest or whatever. The next tier up.
You hear hobgoblin voices beyond the stronghold door. The guards must be ready for you.
Okay, so that was Doom of the Witch Doctor, The Way of Zulkash. Alrighty. The next quest will be Doom of the Witch Doctor, Zulkash, Herald of Woe. So stay tuned for that one in just a little bit.